the thrust of your argument is that we cannot let daylight in on magic. That the royal family only exist if you shield them. And actually, I mean, I don't agree with, if you know people who've been to Thailand to abuse young children, you should go to the police. But the broader point about the royal family might be true, actually.
I think
we have to draw the curtains on them.
I think it is. Warts and all, when you see them, it cease to be special. Why do we put the same family on a pedestal, treat them with kid gloves, lots of deference, and no accountability?
Jeremy always gives off that vibe, doesn't he? Like the sort of bloke who alphabetizes his spice rack, irons his socks, and never leaves a mug unwashed. Everything in its place, everything under control. But today, he was talking about the Royals. He leaned in, all serious, and dropped a bombshell. The royal family only exists if we shield them. I nearly dropped my tea right then and there. Shield them. As if they're delicate orchids, too precious to be exposed to the real world, needing constant protection from the harsh glare of reality. Deep down, we've all known this, haven't we? It's the unspoken deal. The royals wave from their balconies. The press pretends they're just like us. And the rest of us play along, nodding and smiling as if it's all perfectly normal. But to actually hear someone say it out loud, on national TV, in front of millions, that was something else. It was like a magician revealing the secret behind the trick. Everyone suspected, but the collective gasp was genuine. For one glorious, fleeting moment, Jeremy Vine became Britain's most honest man, saying what everyone else tiptoes around. He pulled back the curtain and showed us the rickety scaffolding holding up the whole royal show. The monarchy, he admitted, is a game of make-believe, a carefully constructed illusion propped up by the media and our willingness to believe. The look on his face after, pure panic. He knew he'd let the cat out of the bag, and there was no stuffing it back in. He tried to backtrack, to smooth things over, but it was too late. The truth was out there, hanging in the air like a stubborn cloud. The royal family only exists if we shield them. Thanks for confirming, Jeremy. It's oddly comforting to know we're not all going mad, and that sometimes even the most polished presenters can't help but blurt out what everyone's really thinking. But here's the kicker. Jeremy forgot the fine print. The shield has a Harry and Meghan-shaped hole. For the rest, it's stiff upper lips and privacy. But when those two held hands or ate an avocado, the shields dropped and the media pounced. Suddenly, the press that worshipped the royals turned on the Sussexes with daily outrage. The shielding policy? Only for those who stick to the script. Too happy, too popular, or too different. Sorry, you're fair game. Harry and Meghan were the exception that proved the rule. While others were protected, they were target practice. It's not a shield, it's a colander. The reasons for going after Harry and Meghan? Pure pettiness. Meghan was too popular, too different, too American, too huggy. The press built her up just to tear her down. Her background was treated as a flaw, not a breath of fresh air. The family's jealousy, stoked by the media, painted them as threats to the royal order. The monarchy is a popularity contest where you can't win too convincingly. The press gleefully shook the tightrope for Harry and Meghan, turning their strengths into weaknesses. Want privacy? How dare they? Want to work? The arrogance. The British media, after decades of shielding, became experts at character assassination, and they did it with such gusto, you'd think they were getting paid for it. Oh, wait. For years, the media's royal shield was nearly impenetrable, even when a senior royal was seen socialising with a convicted sex offender. The press, with its unwavering fascination for the monarchy, seemed to look the other way, protecting the institution at all costs. Instead of asking tough questions, they focused on ties and hats, reporting on royal fashion and garden parties, as if ignoring a house fire to obsess over a chipped garden gnome. The real issues were buried beneath layers of triviality. Then came Prince Andrew's disastrous BBC Newsnight interview, and suddenly, the shield that had protected him for so long finally cracked in public view. Overnight, the media acted shocked, like they'd uncovered Watergate, not the worst-kept secret in Britain. Newsrooms buzzed with urgency, as if this revelation had come out of nowhere. For years they'd obsessed over Meghan's shoes, her nail polish, and every minor Sussex scandal, while Andrew's controversies were barely whispered about. But when Andrew went on TV and fumbled through his answers, the story became too big, too glaring, and too public to ignore any longer. The contrast was stunning. Relentless coverage of trivial Sussex scandals, while Andrew was handled with kid gloves, his actions downplayed or dismissed. The Andrew scandal wasn't just another royal embarrassment. It was a neon sign, flashing for all to see, exposing the media's long-standing protection racket for what it truly was. The Shield wasn't just selective. It was morally bankrupt, revealing a deep rot at the heart of royal reporting. And in that moment, everyone, both the public and the press, finally saw the truth laid bare. After Jeremy Vine's slip and the Andrew mess, people are finally noticing the shielding game. It's as British as queuing and complaining about the weather, a national sport. The press acts as the monarchy's loyal butler, cleaning up messes and pretending nothing happened. Affairs, gaffes, questionable choices, all smoothed over or ignored. The press focused on hats and handshakes, a masterclass in misdirection. Look at the shiny thing, don't mind the dodgy stuff. Now people act surprised the press isn't impartial. Welcome to the party, we've had the snacks out for years. When it comes to the royals, the media are PR officers, not journalists. The timing of this great awakening is perfect. It took a scandal with FBI investigations and a car crash interview for the penny to drop. For decades, royal drama was brushed off as minor blips. But the Andrew situation was too big to sweep under the rug. Even the most loyal correspondents couldn't spin it. The shield shattered, and suddenly everyone saw the hypocrisy and double standards. The media, who built the pedestal, now act shocked it's crumbling. The irony is so thick you could build a palace out of it. Watching the press act surprised is the best comedy of all. So where does this leave us? After all the headlines, the scandals, and the endless speculation, what's the next chapter in this never-ending royal saga? The media's admitted to running a royal protection racket, except of course for Harry and Meghan, who've been left out in the cold, scrutinised and criticised at every turn. The idea that the press might owe them an apology? Hilarious. It's the sort of thing you'd expect to see in a satirical sketch, not real life. Imagine a tabloid editor live on TV. Harry, Meghan, we're sorry. The country would faint, jaws would drop, and Twitter would probably break from the sheer disbelief. Of course, it'll never happen. The doors to accountability are firmly shut, and the keys have been thrown away. An apology from the British press is as likely as me winning Olympic gold in synchronised swimming. You'd sooner see pigs flying over Buckingham Palace. But the thought is delicious. The chaos, the backtracking, the desperate attempts to rewrite history. Just picture the frantic meetings, the red-faced editors, the frantic rewriting of old headlines. Instead, they'll move on, find a new target, and pretend the last 7 years never happened. But we know. We remember every headline, every so-called exclusive. We heard Jeremy say the quiet part out loud, confirming what many suspected but few dared to admit. We saw the shield drop and the hypocrisy exposed, the mask slipping for all to see. The idea of an apology is the ultimate punchline. It's the joke that writes itself, the irony that keeps on giving. So to the British press, don't worry about apologising. We're not holding our breath, and frankly, we wouldn't believe it if you did. Your spectacular lack of self-awareness is far more entertaining, never change. In the end, your denial is the real headline.